My name is Audra Wolowiec. I'm from Brooklyn, and I've been at BMIS from September 3rd, and I'm here till November 18th, 2014. I moved to Detroit after college, and I joined a group of female artists called Girly Detroit, and it was I was in my early 20s. It was a very active time in Detroit, and we would transform abandoned buildings, old offices, and have art shows, and it was interesting working in that kind of alternative space. And then after that, I went to grad school at RISD in Providence, and then to New York City after that. As an artist, I call myself many things. I kind of work in between disciplines, between sculpture and sound and print-based work, editions, occasionally public works. But I am interested in the gaps and maybe where two things come together as opposed to just an overall discipline. Sculpture seemed to be a good bridge into, working with architectural space or interactive things, thinking about performance, also thinking about sound. And it was a good umbrella to kind of hold all that. So I'm interested in materials for their meaning. So maybe through language or what it's called or used for, but also for its very tactile quality as well. So there's always a play between both. The Concrete Sound series I've been doing for a couple years, and it came about through researching communication devices, early communication devices. So I've been trying to mix concrete with fabric, and so you're thinking of it more abstract about sound or layering or space and kind of this idea of deep time. And so I've been creating these columns that are core samples, and they have concrete and fabric, and the fabrics I've been choosing are speaker covers and other things that evoke maybe movement or sound, even in a subtle way. But other things I've been doing here are kind of based on sound or exploring sound. And it's not always the sound I'm interested in. Sometimes it's the absence of sound or a visual cue of sound. So those are, just other ideas I've been thinking about. I've been photographing painted over graffiti symbols, and I do that in other places as well. And I have a ton of photos of all these kind of language blocks. And here they exist as well, and they're kind of hidden a bit, and they become these, symbols of maybe censorship or, I don't know, not really. I mean, it's kind of tension, but it's kind of almost a conversation as well. So I have I've been taking photos here, and I've been putting them into a book. So I've had time to kind of slow down and think about that. And I want to do a whole series of books based on these graffiti or painted over symbols.